Spoilers. Wiley catches Drew and Nina in bed. Nina begs for forgiveness after pregnancy bombshell. Port Charles is in flux. Drew Kane, still grieving the aftermath of his fallout with Carly and suffering from PTSD after Pentonville, has grown distant and emotionally frayed. Nina Reeves, reeling from being pushed out of Willow and Wiley's lives and facing the end of her marriage to Sonny, finds herself isolated, resentful of the bridges she once burned. Fate throws them together when Nina and Drew cross paths during a late-night hospital board meeting. Both feel discarded by the people they once considered family. A single drink at the Metro Court leads to a second. Shared pain turns to blurred boundaries. They kiss. Then more. "I'm tired of apologizing for being broken," Drew murmurs. "So am I," Nina whispers. By sunrise, they are tangled in sheets and regret. It's a warm Saturday morning when Wiley Corinthos walks into Nina's unlocked penthouse. He's with Michael, who is late for a meeting, and lets Wiley bring Nina a drawing they made for her birthday. Wiley runs ahead. He's excited. He opens the door. What he sees shocks him. Nina and Drew, half-dressed, startled, and scrambling. The look on Wiley's face is not confusion. It's devastation. He drops the drawing and bolts. "Wiley, wait." Nina calls after him, but it's too late. Michael, outside in the hall, sees Wiley sprint past, nearly in tears. Michael confronts Nina later that afternoon. His fury is volcanic. "How dare you bring that man into my son's life like that?" "It wasn't planned, Michael, please. We were just hurting. It was one night." It's a betrayal. To Willow. To Wiley. To everyone. Willow is stunned. She collapses into tears when she hears. She had trusted Drew like a brother. She had just begun to consider cautiously rebuilding something with Nina for Wiley's sake. Drew tries to explain. "We didn't mean for it to happen. It was grief, confusion." But Willow doesn't want excuses. "You were supposed to protect us, not destroy what we were building." Wiley refuses to see Nina. He draws dark scribbles and tears up old family photos. When Brooklyn tries to console him, he says softly, "Why was Grandpa Drew hurting Grandma Willow?" A week passes. Nina isolates. She avoids the Metro Court, avoids Sonny, avoids even Sasha. But then comes the twist that changes everything. She feels dizzy, lightheaded. She faints at the Crimson offices. TJ runs blood tests. Later, Portia gives her the results. "You're pregnant, Nina." She's stunned, speechless. "That's not possible." I thought I couldn't. It's rare, but not impossible. And according to the hormone levels, you're about 6 weeks along." 6 weeks. That means the baby is Drew's. Nina calls Drew to the boathouse at Quartermain Estate, secluded and quiet. "I'm pregnant," she says, unable to meet his eyes. Drew freezes. He looks sick, pale. "Are you sure it's mine?" "There's no one else. I wish I could say otherwise, but it's yours." He sits down hard. "I can't be a father again like this, Nina. Not with everything falling apart." "I know. That's why I need to fix it." Nina insists they tell Willow first. Together. She deserves to hear it from us, not from anyone else. But when they show up at the Quartermain mansion, Wiley is home, and he hears everything. Wiley listens from the stairs. He hears the word baby, and Drew's the father. He hears Willow crying. He runs outside, slams the door. Willow finds him on the porch, holding a crumpled picture he drew of Nina's new family. "She didn't want me. She has a new baby now." Willow holds him. "You'll always be loved. Nothing will change that." But inside, Willow's heart is breaking. Her past with Nina, her dying wish for peace, now feels like a betrayal she can't forgive. When Sonny finds out, through Ava, of course, he's blindsided. He confronts Nina at the Metro Court rooftop. "Drew? You slept with Drew? The man Carly loves? My son's uncle? You've burned every damn bridge. You left me, Sonny. You made me feel like I was nothing. And Drew, he listened. He used you. And now you're having his kid? I didn't plan this. Sonny turns and walks away. You don't belong in Wiley's life or mine. News spreads. Olivia freezes Nina out of the Metro Court's new event launch. Sasha declines to return her calls. Willow serves Nina with a temporary no-contact order for Wiley. Michael begins filing for full legal guardianship, attempting to sever Nina's visitation rights permanently. Drew disappears for a while. Rumors place him in New York, checking into a trauma therapy center. Carly refuses to speak his name. Nina begins to consider the unthinkable, raising this baby alone. Nina makes a public plea on Face the Port Charles with Alexis Davis. She doesn't cry. She doesn't dramatize. She speaks plainly. I've made mistakes. Terrible ones. But my child deserves a chance. And Wiley deserves to know that love, even broken, can still be real. It goes viral. Willow watches it from the hospital break room, tears in her eyes. Later, at the hospital chapel, Willow finds Nina sitting quietly. They don't speak for a long time. Then Willow finally whispers, "This baby didn't ask for any of this. Just like Wiley didn't. I won't fight you anymore. But I won't forget, either." Nina sobs. "That's more than I deserve." Willow doesn't disagree. Nina gives birth to a daughter months later, naming her Lena Rose, a blend of Liesl and Nina. Drew returns and, despite the fractured family, signs legal paternity papers, vowing to be present, but from a distance. Wiley visits Lena once with Willow. He brings a toy boat. He doesn't smile, but he doesn't cry. Sonny distances himself from everyone, focusing on rebuilding his empire. Michael and Willow, scarred but stronger, rebuild their family, fighting every day to protect their children from the legacy of secrets they inherited.